From NBC News, this is Today with Kathie Lee Gifford and Hoda, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And from curb appeal to home inspections, the 3 rules you need to follow if you're buying and 3 rules you need to know if you are selling a house. But first, these messages. All right, when you drive through your neighborhood today, take a look around and you'll probably see a lot of for sale signs.
Spring is one of the most popular times to buy or sell a home. So if you're in the market for something new or you want to get your house off the market fast, there are some really good rules to live by.
Okay, here with the top three things you need to know before you sell and before you buy is real estate expert and host of HGTV's Power Broker, Mike Aubrey is here.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. All right, so how is the market right now overall in the country?
Well, interestingly, about 30 minutes ago, they just released the existing home sale numbers, and we're up right now a little bit, which I think is great, although I think that as we see inventory come up, we're going to see that big pricing that we've been seeing over the last 4 months is probably going to begin to cool.
But house construction and house buying is a real leading indicator of where the market's going, isn't it?
I mean, right now, we can't build enough houses.
Yeah.
So I think builders are pretty happy.
Okay, good.
All right, let's talk about some rules. If you are a seller, you say that the first impression, of course, is like the most important thing.
Absolutely. I mean, I think buying a house is sort of like dating a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like how she looks, the first minute, you're out of there.
Right.
And I can tell you that you have about...
That's cold.
Yeah, I know, right?
Cold but accurate.
I think that, you know, that first 30 seconds, you pull up to a house and it does not look good, you don't even want to go in.
You know, it's a waste of your time.
It is.
Yeah, so that's what they call curb appeal.
Absolutely,
So
and curb appeal is hugely important.
When you walk inside the house, what's the very first thing? Is it you're looking at the walls? You're looking at things like that first?
I think that probably when you come into a house, it's going to be walls and floors. That's the first thing that you see, and I think that walls and floors have probably the biggest impact in making your house sellable. If you have sort of new carpet, if you have freshly painted neutral walls, I think that that's going to appeal to most buyers. I mean, remember, you're selling to the herd, not to a zebra.
Let me ask you a question. If you, price is such a huge issue, obviously.
Sure.
How much, say you've got a price in your mind, but all of a sudden, curb appeal is so great, how often can you change that person's mind to spend a little bit more money just because of the curb appeal?
Well, you know what? I mean, I think that depends on the agent that you're working with, and certainly it depends on where your own head is at. For me, I tell my clients up front, we're going to decide what our line in the sand is, because if we get to that point, we're done. There's always more fish in the sea.
Let's talk about buyers in the market. What's the most important thing that a buyer should have in mind?
You know, I think right now one of the biggest things out there is getting a pre-commitment letter, not a pre-approval letter. There are so many cash buyers in the marketplace. Well, that's what I was going to say. Over the past year, about a third of the market has been cash buyers. Investors are back into the marketplace. Getting a pre-commitment is when you actually put everything in and you have the loan underwritten all the way except for an appraisal, meaning that it's as good as money. So that makes you more competitive in what has amounted to be a pretty tough marketplace.
People want to move it. They'll go with that guy next.
And you've got to have the right real estate agent. I know that can be a real problem.
Real estate is so local, and having a local expert is a big, big deal. But I mean, I think that, you know, I mean, as an example, I mean, I still sell, and not everybody's going to like me. Having good chemistry with your agent and making sure that that agent is going to be somebody who wants and does the things you want, that's a big deal.
Who doesn't like you, though?
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? There's no shame in you changing. Change it, because you're not going to. It's going to be a bad experience otherwise. We got to go. We got a great band going to play for us. Also, Mercy Me's here.
All right.